Hello, denizens of the dark web, and welcome to Extermination, the game show. The semi-annual gathering where you decide who lives and who dies. This time, we've got 7 of the nastiest nasties to ever pollute our beautiful US of A, and they're all hoping to be the last man standing. $500,000, not to mention their lives, are riding on it. Before we get too deep into it, though, let's introduce ourselves for any newcomers here. I am Underdog, and this is my lovely co-host Jezebel, who, well, let me tell you, she is looking more and more like a used-up rag every time I sit next to her.
Thank you, Underdog. I love your outfit. It's giving my greatest aspiration is to be worthy of a restraining order. Hi, I'm Jezebel, mistress of darkness and part-time barista who is, I guess, basically here to babysit Underdog before he has an original thought.
Now, Jez, play nice. If you're trying to win over me based on my humiliation kink, you can just go out on a date with me.
Maybe a home-cooked meal, huh? I'd love to have you for dinner.
Well, anyway, you didn't come here to listen to a pretty girl argue with an alpha male. Anyway, you're here to learn about the rules of Extermination, the game show. We go around the country and kidnap 7 terrible people, and then, over the course of a month, you get to decide who we kill. The last man standing walks away with $500,000.
Each week, you'll listen to our contestants/victims describe what we have picked them up for and learn a little bit more about them as people. Then, based on that information, you vote for who you want to die. At the top of the week, we tally the votes, and the 2 people who accrued the most death wishes get executed. If you want to watch footage of their violent executions, go over to TSA, the Torture Snuff Authority channel. If you don't have a link, you're not invited.
That's right, we won't show any of the brutal stuff here on our Good Christian podcast.
Hail Satan, by the way.
But you will have to live with the knowledge that you directly contributed to the deaths of up to 6 people. But hey, the person who survives to the end gets $500,000. Now I know you'd all like to meet our contestants after a brief struggle and a couple of days in our briefing room.
By which he means an undisclosed cellar with a bunch of anime posters on the wall.
They're not posters, they're wall scrolls. Anyway, the contestants have all agreed to participate and play nice. You'll get to see their entire journey from kidnap right up until the winner is announced. The polls will be open when each episode goes up. You really don't want to miss an episode. Somebody's life could be depending on it. Anyway, let's take a look at our contestants. You always have to cut into my bit like that?
What's the big deal? I think it's cute that you sleep with a body pillow.
Hi, my name's Christina. I'm from Cali. Well, obviously. I'm a widow at 27. Gag, I know, but I got an absolutely fire beach house and sweet inheritance from my dear old Morty.
Christina Perrier, formerly Christina Gilchrist, is a resident of Southern California who married Mortimer Gilchrist, aged 97, who then mysteriously died under her care.
Yeah, so all I had to do was, not actually put any medicine in his syringe, and then just inject an air bubble into his veins. He was gone in 60 seconds. The stupid medical examiner didn't even notice anything.
She is definitely a, bubbly personality.
Oh my god. So, these guys grabbed me off the street and threw me into a van. But I'm like, whatever, I have ransom money after all, so I just started to annoy them. Yeah, I did that for an hour. They got so pissed.
So, what do you do for a living?
You mean work? Barf. I have about $250,000 in the bank still, and I just spend most of my days hanging out at the beach and looking pretty. By the way, if there's going to be a video portion to this, I'm definitely going to need somebody to run to Sephora for me and grab something to clean me up because I look like a hot mess.
And what will you do if you win the $500,000?
Add it to the pile, I guess. No, there's these things called property taxes, and I'm not gonna lie, those are a total drag. It was super fun at first, but then I had to sell the yacht, and well, times have been tight since then. Well, that's it, I guess. Don't vote for me, okay?
Look, first off, I object to doing this interview in this dingy little hole. I mean, where's the class? Where's the personal touch? And why the hell is there a poster of Sailor freaking Moon on the wall?
It's a wall scroll!
Our contestant has refused to give us his proper name, but has agreed to use the pseudonym Tony. He worked for a certain organization that operates around the Great Lakes and has killed a number of individuals in the line of his work.
Oh, I object to the term killed here. We like to say dealt with, neutralized, some of the older guys still say whacked, it's whatever. We don't kill nobody. I didn't kill nobody. I'm just a personnel director, I'm good with people.
Tony has 22 priors, for which he has served a grand total of 6 months of community service. 'Cause that's the fucking patriarchy for you.
Look, I appreciate that you younger generation types get your kicks on this whole internet fad, but we don't really advertise ourselves, But I'm assuming, because you got me here, that means somebody back home ain't too happy with me. Still, I ain't about the rat, though. I mean, shit, if I make it out of this thing, I just get 2 in the back the moment I get home, agabish.
Do you have any regrets about your line of work?
Not really. I mean, it's all I'm good at. My father and brother, they're both made men. My uncle's a capo. My nephew, he kind of got big into this whole musical theater thing. I think he runs a YouTube channel now, but we all got our problems. One day I asked my uncle, I begged him. I said, please put a hit on this little shit. But you know what he says? He says, no, we don't get rid of the family, even after disappointment. That's why you're still around. Can you believe he says this to me? I mean, it's just unbelievable.
And what will you do with the $500,000?
I never asked nobody I wasn't told to, okay? I just follow orders my whole life. Deal with this guy, handle that guy, I think I would take the money and go find me a nice little island somewhere. Maybe get a little cottage, settle down by the sea, live the easy life for a little bit, Maybe Tony's got to do some living for Tony now, huh? Okay, that's all from me, folks. I think you're all, sick bastards. But go ahead and don't kill me. It might be bad for your health.
Where am I talking? Into that little microphone of yours? My name is Freja. I immigrated from a better country to this cesspool you call America. I've spent most of my time trying to make it a little bit better.
Freja Sorensen immigrated to the United States back around the turn of the millennium with her mother and sisters. She's been using her time as an adult to progress her career as a self-defense instructor and her side hustle of murdering anybody suspected of domestic abuse.
I have women come to me and say, my husband hurts me, what can help? I tell them that I can help. The husbands are no longer part of the problem. Sometimes it's the husband who come to me. I protect the weak and get rid of the wicked. I don't see a problem with this.
Freja has killed around 30 individuals, though the case against some of her victims had yet to be confirmed. Though very few know that she is the one behind the serial killings, she is feared around the nation's capital as the Beltway Strangler, which she says is actually a misnomer.
I sometimes go as far away as Boston or Miami. Also, I don't strangle them. Sometimes I have to use whatever I have. Got one, cuffed a youth with his own machete. This was out in some woods in Virginia. Still haven't found that one yet, I don't think.
Don't you think there's a better solution than mass murder?
You want to talk? Isn't this whole thing some sort of a snuff game show?
Well, we're very highly rated, but
Look, I protect good people in my own special way. Maybe there are some wonderful women out there who can rehabilitate these people, but that's just not me. I don't give the roaches couples counseling. I just grab the newspaper and whack.
Yes, very evocative. If you win, what will you do with the $500,000?
I know some people who can use the money. I might share some of it, but also, my job is very expensive to carry out. Gas alone is a fortune. I expect I'll just keep most of it in the bank to pull out for a rainy day. I'm Freja. Please keep me alive. I have so much more work to do.
The dude who got me had some pretty sweet moves. I gotta be honest. I feel like if it was a fair fight, I could have taken him. But you know, fair daps and all that. He got me good.
Bruce Keaton is a bodybuilder who runs some gym out in Jersey. The sweaty man-child has bigger triceps than brains. He's on a diet of steroids with a side of whey protein and brutally killed a couple guys in a roid rage incident.
Look, like I told my parole officer, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to kill them. I gave them 2 little love taps through the glass of the bar. It's not my fault they were soft-bellied losers who landed on their necks. I did my time for it though, and I'm just trying to move on.
Bruce has not given up steroids, and his body looks like it was drawn by Rob Liefeld. He has had numerous other violent outbursts, though none of them have been fatal since the incident at the bar. When asked if he is going to anger management or counseling, he told us,
I ain't no punk bitch. What do I need counseling for? I don't need counseling. Everybody needs to nut up and stop being such whiny bitches, okay?
You are a lot to deal with. You come across a little strong, you know that?
It's 'cause I am strong. I'm an alpha male, bro. You wanna go?
Okay, geez, settle down, dude. What will you do if you win the $500,000?
Shit, bro. I'll probably just throw it all into the gym. That place is my temple. Get some of those high-quality machines they use in the Marine Corps. Get some new paint, flat-screen TVs above the treadmills. Probably import some of that high-grade running of the bullshit, too. Man, that shit's supposed to be like jet fuel. Woo! I'm Bruce. It's not like this little squad boy could do the job, but I guess don't vote to have me murdered or whatever.
Elizabeth Waters, CFO of... Well, I guess I shouldn't say. This is probably not the best look for the brand. But suffice to say, I run one of the nation's top pharmaceutical companies. If you've ever had a headache, you probably took a pill that we, or one of our puppet companies, produced.
Elizabeth Waters is, well, I guess she explained a lot better than I could who she is. As the chief financial officer, she makes decisions that affect the lives of thousands daily, including her recent controversial decision to artificially inflate the price of 2 life-saving drugs.
Oh god, that hit piece that CBN would not stop whining about. Look, we made a market decision, and as a result of my initiative, signed off on by 12 other chairmen, I might add, we saw a 17% growth last year. 17%, post-pandemic no less. I mean, a rising tide raises all ships. But the other places aren't hitting double-digit growth. But all they want to do is whine about the high cost of the medicine. That's what insurance is for, people. Not even a kind word about how many jobs I created, either. Typical.
Her pharmaceutical company laid off over 100 employees that same year.
Look, I get that this is probably some sort of prank show or whatever, and I'm fine with that. Who couldn't use $500,000? But is there some supervisor I can speak to about the sack you put over my head? It smelled like week-old onion. If you're going to kidnap an executive, can't you at least be classy about it? I'm sure you can afford a limo with this getup. Or at least a town car.
What do you say to the families of people who have died because they couldn't afford their medication?
Well, I hear their concerns and am deeply troubled by their loss. I've been personally working tirelessly to attempt to reduce costs for our valued customers to make sure that everybody can get the medicine they need. However, the supply of various essential drugs has risen sharply.
Oh boy, what would you do if you win the $500,000?
That's my annual salary, so I guess I'd just take a nice vacation. Maybe visit the Bahamas. Take my husband along, I suppose. Well, somebody's husband. I'm Elizabeth, and remember, when you vote, vote with your conscience. I'm not a killer. I'm just a good businesswoman. Don't punish me for being good at my job.
My name is Wallace, and the end is coming. You have to believe me. I've been brought on this show to warn you that doomsday is nigh, and if you're listening to me, only you can save yourself from the wrath of God.
Wallace Peterson is one of those delightful end-of-the-world preppers and a devout Christian. So devout, he even said the Lord's Prayer over the bodies of his victims. His day job is running one of the most successful death cults in American history.
God's been speaking to me every day since I was born. I only ever did the Lord's work, and I know even if I die, he'll be waiting for me on the other side. But I don't plan on dying yet. I need to live long enough to see him return to this planet and bring down the cabal of Satanist creeps that are ruining this country.
This charmer has a 40-acre plot of farmland out in Tennessee where he has built one impressive fallout shelter, a project that has taken him over a decade and loads of money from his former congregation. Even we don't know exactly how many people he killed, but his tiny cult started with 100 members, and now we can't find any of them.
They weren't killed. They were willing human sacrifices to forestall the end times and to make up for their own sins. And I believe that they have found redemption and joy in the hereafter. I may have put the torch to many people, but I promise you on my immortal soul, they all knew what they were signing up for. And what will you do if you win the $500,000? It's all gonna go to the shelter. If the stars are right and if I read the signs correctly, I'll have just enough time to refit the radiation filters and stock up on ammunition and food right before the bombs drop. It's a scary world out there, brother. You better hope the man upstairs is feeling awful generous. I am Wallace, prophet of God. Don't worry about me, save yourselves. The good man's looking out for me, but you better ask yourself if he's in your corner.
Hi, I'm Marianne. Apparently I'm on some creepy game show now. What the hell is this, dude? Seriously. No, don't put that damn thing back in my mouth.
Marianne Foster was one of our most disagreeable contestants, but I was able to eventually get her to open up about herself. She is an aspiring artist who lives in New York City, and despite her obvious talent, she has found it difficult to make ends meet.
I don't even know how you guys found out about that. I was so careful in everything, not even the cops figured it out. Look, what happened at the corner store was a horrible accident, and I can't get it out of my head. I was just trying to get some food and rent money. I didn't realize it was going to go down that way.
Robbing her local drugstore resulted in a shootout between her and the owner. While the owner was quick to fire first with his rifle, the bullet ricocheted against his back wall, missing our contestant completely. Lucky us. In a panic, she drew her own pistol, and her aim was much better.
$500,000? You're offering people $500,000 and all they have to do is not get picked to die? That's sick. What kind of lunatic are you?
We're just taking your game and going professional. You were willing to risk somebody's life for a little bit of money. We've just turned that into entertainment.
Right. Entertainment. You're all out of your mind. I was defending myself. He shot first. I'm not a murderer. I was just hungry and desperate. I don't deserve to be on here with these other people.
Right, sure. And what would you do if you win the $500,000?
$500,000. I guess I could give it to the guy's family. I really do feel bad about what happened to him. Maybe keep a little myself to pay off my debt and get myself settled. So I never have to get that desperate again, you know? But I want to make it right. Hi, I'm Marianne. Please don't vote to have me killed.